up YouTube? It's Kate, and today I thought I would show you guys what my morning routine looks like, because I love watching morning routine videos, so I thought I would just film one for you and let you see what I do on the mornings that I have class. And this is not necessarily my everyday morning routine, just because some days I have really late class and then I just get up really lazily and whatever, but this is what I do on the mornings that I have 8:30 class usually, so usually get up pretty early and try to be pretty diligent about this. So come on with me and I will show you how I get ready.
So my alarm goes off every morning, and I'm not a huge fan of getting out of bed. So the first thing that I like to do is roll over, hit the snooze button, and go back to sleep, usually for a few hours at a time, because I set my alarm for super early when I don't actually have to get up. So after probably about a half an hour or so of pressing the snooze button, I finally respond to my alarm and attempt to wake up, which is never quite as simple as it seems, but usually just go on my phone and go on social media and all that kind of thing to wake myself up a little bit, and then eventually will force myself out of the cocoon that is my bed, get my slippers on, and head into the bathroom. So then I like to go into the bathroom and I put my hair up so that it won't get in my way while I'm doing my face and my teeth and stuff. And then I'm going to use Cetaphil and I'm going to wash my face just so I can get off, the whole night of sleepiness, wake myself up and wipe off my night cream. And then I'm just going to dry my face off on a towel, and then I will brush my teeth as per usual, and then I just put everything away back into my box. So I like to turn up my heat just a little bit before getting ready because it's really cold in the morning and I sit in front of my radiator while I do my hair and makeup and everything. So then I turn my light on so I have some light to actually see what I'm doing, grab my box with all my makeup stuff in it, and sit down in front of my radiator. And usually right about now I go on Spotify and turn on some music just so that I can wake myself up while I'm getting ready, and so I'm not really falling asleep in class. So I'm going to start with my hair, and I take it out of a ponytail, and since I don't shower right away when I have early class, I like to instead shower later in the day. I use this dry shampoo from Dove, and I just put it in my roots, and then I just use this hairbrush that my mom got me for Christmas, and I brush out all the knots and everything and brush the shampoo through just so that it doesn't get greasy or anything if I don't shower first thing in the morning. And then usually my hair is straight from whenever I shower because I straighten it right after I take a shower, but I like to just touch it up in the morning with the straightener before I go to class, so I'll turn my straightener on and run it through my hair quickly. So next I'm going to start putting my makeup on, and I usually like to start with a little layer of moisturizer. I use this Be by the Sea Buckthorn and Honey moisturizer. It's really nice. And I usually don't use too much because my face gets greasy, but I use a bit. And then I do concealer and eyeshadow, which I just use a really basic eyeshadow. I do a really light neutral color just from my eye, the base of my eye up to my eyebrows, and then I use a darker brown color just on the lid of my eyes. So that's just all I do for eyeshadow. I'm not very adventurous with that. And then I do my mascara, and I use my EOS Cranberry Lip Balm, which I am absolutely obsessed with. It smells so good. Then I am just going to put on my hand cream, which is candied orange and cinnamon, and I really love the way it smells, so I tend to use that instead of perfume or anything, just because I like the smell of it a lot more. So then I'm going to pick out my clothes, and I do tend to have a tough time picking out clothes in the morning because I'm pretty choosy about what I like to wear, but eventually I can usually find a shirt and some jeans or leggings or whatever I feel like wearing that day. And because it's winter, I do like to put on fuzzy socks with whatever pants I'm wearing because I have a slight obsession with fuzzy socks. And then I'll pick out a hat to wear for the day once I'm all dressed. And then I'm going to pack up my bag, and I usually only bring a couple things with me to class. So I bring my computer, and then I bring my wallet with change in it just so that I can go get coffee on the way to class because coffee is life. And then since I usually don't have time to eat breakfast before I have early classes, I will grab one of my Nature Valley granola bars. They're salted caramel and peanut flavored coating or something, and they're so good. They're like nut and seed. And I grabbed my bottle of water and put that into my bag, and then zip it up, and I grab my phone, and that's pretty much all I bring with me to school. So now I am downstairs getting ready to leave, and I'm going to plug in my headphones and put on my boots, which I usually wear my Uggs in the winter, but sometimes I'll wear combat boots if it's really wet outside and gross, and then I'll put on my coat, and then I am pretty much ready to head off to school. So I'm going to grab my bag and head out into the freezing cold outside. Yay.
So there you go, that is what I do in the morning. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can leave comments down below and tell me if your morning routine is anything like this or if it's completely different and I'm just crazy. So like and subscribe, and I hope you're all having a great day. I'll see you soon.